right, this is John Cola with GrowingYourGreens.com, and I got a special guest who is...
Lauren, John's girlfriend.
Yes, this is my girlfriend. She's lovely, she's sweet, and today I'm so excited because we're going to get... Actually, she's going to set up. I'm not even going to set this up. She's going to get to do all the work. She's going to set up her own garden. So I got her own garden, and I really want her to get into growing and growing food. So Lauren, why is it so important to you to grow your own food?
Today we're going to be growing herbs, and so I spend a lot of money on herbs at the grocery store, and like 60% of them go bad before I can even eat them. And it would be like much more convenient just to grow them. And plus I want to learn, I want more experience growing food, so.
Yeah, I mean, check this out. Here's an example right here. Here's some herbs she bought. And this is a Jacob's Farm Organic. And these herbs, like just a little packet like this. I mean, what is this? 3/4 of an ounce, man. Is that like a dime bag maybe? But this is $3. And these things get expensive. And check this out, right? She might have used some and stuff, but look at this. You could open this up and look at that in there. I mean, that stuff's like going bad and moldy. And, oh man, it smells horrible too. You close that up. But yeah, so herbs are really expensive to buy for just a little bit. And the cool thing is when you grow them yourself, there is no waste. Because check it out, when you're growing your own herbs, you're not gonna cut them all and put them in the fridge and then harvest them out the fridge. No, you're gonna let them grow, and maybe you're, making dinner, you're gonna clip some off and put them right into your food. Freshness is always best, this is what I'd like to say. So literally there's gonna be no waste. And it's going to taste a lot better than, stuff coming out of, this stuff's out of USA, but could be shipped out of Mexico or wherever. And it's cut, put on a truck and shipped, and then, it gets to you days or weeks later. And all during that time, the flavor is going down, so you're not going to have the highest level of flavor. Plus, she will be saving some money over buying them because, once she's grown them herself, and this was a gift to her, so she didn't have to pay anything, it's going to literally be free for her. Plus, she's going to get her, her hands wet, maybe not wet, growing some food. And that's one of the reasons why I chose the garden we're going to grow today. It's actually called the AeroGarden 7 LED model, and I have had experience with AeroGardens in the past, and I've played with them myself. I've never really made a video on them. I've owned several myself, but I'm not a huge fan of them for me personally. Maybe I'll get into one in the winter time, but number one, there's pros and cons to every method of growing. The major con of the AeroGarden is I think it's a really overpriced piece of plastic, and I said it. And I'll say that, and you guys know that watch me, I say what I think. And yes, I got a good deal on this. It was $129 after coupon for the LED version. I'll put a link down below if you guys want to get a special deal on that. In addition, I also saw it recently at Costco after their instant rebate coupon deal they have right now, which might not be going on when you're watching this video. It's about $159 for the AeroGarden Ultra LED. And if you are going to get an AeroGarden, I'm only going to recommend you guys get the LED model, and we'll talk about that just in a little bit. In any case, this video is going to just be about setting this guy up and actually having Lauren set this up. And the other reason why I got this for is because it's easy and convenient, and few things. Number one, it's guaranteed to grow. So even if you have black thumbs, brown thumbs, any color thumbs, you got, this is guaranteed to work because there's no gardening experience necessary. So I figured this would be the perfect introduction for her to start growing things and get off to a great start, because she will be able to grow successfully with this, literally guaranteed. So that way she's gonna be full of success, and when she starts growing in the soil, in the garden, outside, she's gonna be like, yeah, I could do that. And if you have somebody new into gardening, if you're thinking about getting a Christmas gift or gift for somebody that's never gardened before and you really want them to succeed the first time, I would recommend getting a complete system package like this, where they got all the bugs, all the kinks worked out, and you can just put all the stuff in and it just works. So anyways, without further ado, let's go ahead, open this up, and let's get Lauren growing. All right, so this came shipped to us, and it came shipped actually relatively quickly. I was, paid for extra fast shipping, and it didn't. They just still shipped it ground. So if you're going to order from AeroGarden.com, just get the regular shipping, or probably get the same amount of time. And in here, basically, what you're gonna get are a whole bunch of things. Let's see, thank you for your order, invoice. You got a catalog with all their different models and a quick setup guide. And you probably wanna check out the quick setup guide to set this up. I've set these up before, so it's pretty easy. I'm gonna go ahead and take the rest of this stuff out of here, sweetie, and see what we got. So meanwhile, you know, I do want to talk about the different AeroGarden models. I did get the AeroGarden 7 LED, and it was important for me to get the LED model, and that's basically the lighting on there, and we'll show you guys that in a minute as we take out the last couple items. And they have all different models and sizes, so you know they're all different prices too. Oh, and that's all the stuff right there. But they have like even a smaller herb garden where you could grow like 3 things. In this little setup, it's like $55 with coupon code. As you guys can see, this is everything that's in the box right here. Now let's go ahead and unpackage this. And basically what you're gonna get is you're gonna get a computerized control module with a pump in the bottom, as she's pulling this out, and then you're basically going to get a water reservoir. So while they do call this aeroponics, this is kind of more like hydroponics, because really while you are growing with air, you're really growing in water. And this is the same technology that NASA used in the space shuttle to allow the astronauts to eat in outer space. So really cool. And this is the base right here, has a computer control plus a little pump. And here's the main water reservoir. You're just going to make sure this is set up, go in the right direction. And let's see here. This side is the back with the little thing. We're going to place this right here. And what she's taking apart now is the whole lighting setup here. And this is the heart of the AeroGarden. It's the lighting. And this is why the AeroGarden makes gardening easy for you guys, because it literally controls the light cycle so that it comes on at the appropriate time, stays on the appropriate amount of hours, and then turns itself off. And I like now that, you know, they used to only have the standard fluorescent lighting, and now they have a nice heavy LED panel. And there's a few reasons why I like the LED panel. Probably the number one reason is because you no longer have to replace the lights until the LEDs burn out. Unlike a standard fluorescent light, which basically the lumens diminish over time, and they recommend you replace the bulbs every 6 months, which I think is a bit ridiculous because they want your money. With the LED lights, you don't have to replace it until literally the LEDs start burning out, and if it's, you know, if they're decent LEDs, that should be, in my estimation, many years before that happens. So setup on this is really easy. You're just going to basically take this light bar that is adjustable, higher and lower, and you're going to slide that in right like that. And then we're going to go ahead and it just clicks and locks into place. Then we're going to go ahead and take the light hood, flip that over up on top, and that just basically goes right in, snaps into place. I mean, literally, that's all the assembly there. So the next step is we're going to have to plug that in on the back of the unit. There's basically 2 cords. One gets plugged into the wall, and the other one right here gets plugged right up into there, which is basically powering the lights. And this is fully automated on a timer. Once you get that guy plugged in, basically you're almost all ready to start growing here. So now that this is all assembled, we're going to go ahead and be able to raise the light panel up by unsnapping this and kind of getting it out of our way. And this is cool. You could raise and lower this. And I want to encourage you guys, when you're growing your plants, you know, have the lights as close to the plants as possible so they'll get the most amount of light. This is very important. We're going to go ahead and raise this up to the maximum height right now, just so we can get in here and work. So the next thing we're going to do, we're going to go ahead and add the water. So we're going to go ahead and take this guy apart here. And what we're adding today is we're adding reverse osmosis water. So I recommend you guys use filtered or purified water. Reverse osmosis or distilled water would be the best, because we do not want any mineral contamination, although you could use tap water or other, you know, standard waters. You know, RO or distilled is the best, but not required. So I, you know, don't necessarily recommend you guys use tap water that's unfiltered. You know, we don't want the chlorine and the other things in there. If you are going to use that water, you know, let it sit out for 24 hours before filling this up. And we're going to go ahead and fill this up to the water line, which is right here. It says fill to here. And we're just basically going to fill that up. It's supposed to take about maybe 3 quarts of water. So we're just going to, this is the normal drinking water. And we're just gonna go ahead and fill that guy up. All right, so we filled up all the water in there. That's the first step. Next step, we're gonna go ahead and put this top on. And next, let's go ahead and take out the herbs and see what will be growing. All right, so the herbs we got in here are basically pre-packaged and preset. What do we got, honey?
This is curly parsley,
All right, let's go ahead and put that in one of the,
like the
yeah,
back center
or the
back?
front. Yeah.
Okay, so basil, Thai basil,
Right in the back there.
Genovese basil.
All right. So when we're setting the plants into the unit, we want to set the taller plants in the back. So on here it says the Genovese basil is tall, so we're going to put those in the back center. And the mint and the dill is tall. We're going to put that back in there too. Oh, we got cilantro and chives and curly parsley. And the next step is we got to give it the fertilizer. So if you watch some of the Aero Garden, videos online or read their stuff, they say their fertilizer that they give you, which actually Miracle-Gro fertilizer, which, you guys know that watch me, you guys know I'm an organic gardener, and Miracle-Gro fertilizer, this stuff in here, number one, you want to shake it up because these are water-soluble nutrients. So this is like a hydroponic setup here. But yeah, these are just standard, factory-made chemical nutrients. And I'm a fan of organic gardening. And I want Lauren to be successful her first time through, and to do this system organically. While it can be done, I would have to experiment. It would be more of an experiment. So I want to, have her do what's going to be guaranteed to work. So the people at Aero Garden, which is actually partly now owned by Miracle-Gro, which I'm not a super huge fan of either. They should definitely get more organics in their line and actually get rid of the chemical fertilizers, and especially things like the Roundup that they also sell. Would say that this plant food gives everything to your plants that they need. Now, based on the ingredients label in there, this has the standard NPK fertilizer plus some additional nutrients that, people would normally think you need. And this is very concentrated. So if you add too much of this stuff is not a good thing. It will burn and harm your plants actually when you use chemical synthetic fertilizer such as this. So you only want the right amount. To start up with this 7-pod garden, we're gonna go ahead and add 8 milliliters. And so she's measured that out, and we're gonna go ahead and open this front up, and you're gonna go ahead and pour that in there. Now you guys also know that watch me, right? That I don't believe in standard NPK fertilizers. They're even adding, up to 15 or 16 minerals or nutrients to the garden like many agronomists may believe you need. I like to add up to 90 different trace minerals. So we're gonna make this system a little bit better, and yes, we're experimenting a little bit, but I'm confident this will work, guaranteed successfully, and probably even better than just their standard chemical fertilizer. We're gonna go ahead and add some ocean-derived minerals into this. This is actually called the Pure Aussie, and this is actually meant for a dietary supplement, so we could actually drink this stuff ourselves to get our minerals, but better than that, we can feed it to our plants. So this one actually is a cool ocean-derived minerals that has up to 90 different minerals in there with very minimal sodium, unlike other ocean-derived minerals. So what we're going to do is normally you'd probably add about 1 teaspoon to 1 gallon of water. This is probably about a gallon of water, so I'm going to add a teaspoon or estimate. We're just going to go ahead and squirt some of that in there. You want to get some in there, and once again, too much of anything is not a good thing. At least this mineral product, unlike other mineral products, does not have a lot of the sodium. So yeah, that's pretty much it. I'm gonna go ahead and close this guy, and I think, is there anything else left in the kit, honey?
No.
Yeah, so
well, there's these domes.
Oh yeah, okay, good point. So the next thing you want to do is you want to go ahead and put these domes on top of each pod there. What the domes do is they create some humidity for the plant and some nice temperature, in there. It keeps the temperature more regulated, a little bit warmer actually for the plants. Now the other thing I want to mention is my girlfriend likes it hot, right? She keeps her apartment nice and warm, and that's gonna be perfect for these plants here because the plants like it between 65 to 75 degrees. She kind of keeps it on the upper end, and these are more warm climate crops. So these aren't gonna do good if you put it on the outside patio that could get the cold air, especially in the wintertime. So they're gonna do quite well. So I guess the next step is we're gonna go ahead and plug this guy in, and we're gonna check out these lights come on. Oh man, blinded by the light. So yeah, that's the LED lights here. I think these are like 20-watt LED lights, and they're gonna save 60% more power over the standard fluorescent lights in the Aero Gardens that they have. Plus, they could grow up to 50% faster, and the Aero Gardens already grow faster with their system compared to, you know, using the same lighting and just standard potted soil. All right, honey, so the next thing you gotta do is you gotta program this guy. It's very simple, very easy on the front here. All you're gonna do is you're gonna press that little button and go around till the herbs are lit up, and that was very simple. On the little control panel here, you basically select if you're growing vegetables, salad greens, herbs, flowers, or just want 24-hour lighting. And once you do that, the light will come on and go off, so there's nothing else to do. And literally, this machine is basically cycling the water, and what's going to happen is there's two lights on here that could come on. There's a replace the light little bulb that's going to come up. So if you were using the standard fluorescent bulbs, this would come on after like about 6 months, let you know that you should change the lights. I think this is kind of a ploy for you to spend more money with the Aero Garden Company to get more lights, because after 6 months, yeah, the lumens may reduce a little bit, but they're still going to be good, maybe not at the peak. So you might want to maybe, you know, go about a year. With these guys, the light will come on, but you just press the button to reset it, because this guy will go probably 3 to 5 years, probably even more. So this is like a long-term investment to grow a lot of food for just one low cost. And then the other button is very important. It actually says add nutrients. And then when that comes on, you're going to want to go ahead and add some more plant nutrients. And of course, add a little bit of sea minerals as well. And then also the other light that's come on, and these are like dummy lights on your car, right? It's basically add water. So when the water level goes down, you're going to go ahead, this water light is going to come on. You're just going to go ahead and lift this guy up, add water up to the level, you know, that it says right there. And you could add water, you know, before the light comes on. That's probably a better thing to do, but do not add nutrients until the light comes on. All right, honey, do you have any questions about growing in the Aero Garden? Does it seem pretty easy?
It seems pretty easy.
Do you think anybody could set something up like this?
Yes, it's very easy. It's simple.
Cool. So how are you going to use some of the different herbs that you're growing in the Aero Garden?
I usually just add them to my soups and salads, or blend them into dressings. So.
Awesome.
Yeah.
Yeah, so I mean, these herbs can be used in a variety of ways. And, you know, like she said, cut them up, add them to salads, add them to soups, add them to different recipes that you're making. One of my favorite things to do with like the mint is add it to like a banana smoothie. You could also use the mint to put through your juicer to give a nice minty flavor. And a little bit of mint goes a long way. You don't need to add a whole bunch. I guess the final thing I want to do is we're going to go ahead and lower this light down here. And one of the things I want to let you guys know is that, you know, the Aero Garden, once it starts to grow, or once you set this up, right, basically it's going to take about 7 to 14 days for some of these seeds to germinate. So, you know, you got to have some patience. I know we live in the internet age where we got Amazon Prime 2-day shipping, and we wanted things to grow yesterday, but, you know, nature takes its time, and I want you guys to have some patience when growing. And once again, you know, this is guaranteed to grow, so if it doesn't grow, you probably didn't set it up right, or something's not happening right. You can contact the Aero Garden Company, you know, for full support, and that's why you're paying them a ton of money to get this system that they basically engineered, so it's guaranteed to work for you. So as you guys just saw, it was super simple, super easy to set up the Aero Garden 7 LED. I'm sure anybody out there watching this video could totally do that. Any last comments you'd like to say to my viewers today, Lauren?
No, just that I'm looking forward to harvesting my herbs, and thank you again for getting it for me.
All right, you're welcome, honey. So I hope you guys out there enjoyed this episode learning more about the AeroGarden 7 LED. Once again, I think this is a really good tool, once again, to use for people that have never gardened before. If you're an expert gardener, right, I would recommend you guys go out and get, a DIY hydroponic setup or something else, or make something yourself. But, for the winter time, for my girlfriend who's never grown before, you may have friends, family, other people that have never grown before, maybe even yourself that's never grown before, and you're just scared to get your feet wet, literally. You could get one of these without getting your feet wet, without even getting your hands wet, being able to guaranteed grow the first time. So I'm actually looking forward on future visits with her to be eating some of the stuff that actually she planted in her very first garden. I hope you guys enjoyed this episode. Check below for some links on how to get discounts on that AeroGarden that I found online. And yeah, I look forward to making future updates for you guys on how the AeroGarden 7 is working in the future. And maybe we'll even have some AeroGarden hacks, because I don't like how you have to keep buying their seed kits, and you have to be, a slave to their seed kits, enslave their nutrients. So once Lauren gets good with growing like this, we're going to go ahead and take this setup 100% organic, baby, and start with our own seeds and take it even further. So hopefully you guys enjoyed this episode. Once again, my name is John Kohler with
Lauren, John's girlfriend.
Isn't she sweet, guys? Oh my gosh. With growingyourgreens.com. We'll see you next time, and until then, remember,
Keep on growing.